after the speech of Vice President Vance on Friday, we have to fear that our common value base is not that common anymore. I'm very grateful to all those European politicians that spoke out and reaffirmed the values and principles that they are defending. No one did this better than President Zelensky. Let me conclude, and this becomes difficult.
After we're done with Canada, we should go over to Europe and take them over too. They're totally demasculated. They can't defend themselves. They need liberating, as they say. This is the Paint the Town Red podcast. My name is Chance, and it is Tuesday. Some federal news: Ilhan Omar under some legal allegations after Republican Congress began fundraising in order to deport her. The petition accused her of not representing the American citizens and only her native Somalians, as well as committing immigration fraud by marrying her biological brother. Of course, the mainstream media is late to report details of these allegations because of the lack of proof based on faulty paperwork coming from a third world country of Somalia. Democrats attack these allegations with a really surprising tactic that we don't see coming too often. They claim that this is baseless and radically motivated. What a big surprise. You know what they'll do? As soon as we find out it's true, maybe if we do, and it finds out that, yeah, she did marry her brother, maybe the Democrats will say, well, what's so wrong with marrying your brother? That's probably what they'll come up with next, you know? Another plane crashes. No one luckily died, but there were a few injuries, okay? With the airline crashes and with so many airline crashes in the media this year, but there's only been 13 fatal crashes this year, which is pretty much average for this amount. So there hasn't been more. It's just been a lot of media coverage for them, I think. And, you know, what are we going to do? Start outlawing planes? And then they'll point to a country that doesn't, maybe they'll point to like an island that doesn't fly planes and like, look how many people don't die from flying planes compared to America, which loves flying planes. Well, there's a drag show in Dallas, and the church features drag pastor who said, I will kill Trump supporters. Well, you're killing me with laughter. I'll tell you that. Some financial news. Inflation is up to 3%, which is a bit hotter than usual. Eggs up to 53% according to the CPI. All right. Are you happy now? Do you regret your vote? That's what all the Democrats are saying online, right? Do you regret your vote now? No, don't. Inflation's going to go down. It takes time, you know? Kim Kardashian teams up with Nike to release new line of products. Maybe you can invest and you can help Nike and Kim Kardashian dismantle modesty entirely. Local news. KGE-TV reports the Blue Fig Market specializes in Middle Eastern groceries. Wow. Did you know that chicken tikka masala is actually, it's like Indian, it's not Indian, it's actually English. It's like an English dish based on Indian food. And that is my favorite dish. I thought I was eating like Indian food. I'm like, I love Indian food, which I guess it is, but it's a European style dish. It's funny. Protests erupt on President's Day to speak out against president. Some critics have claimed that it's just kids trying to get out of school, and if you look at the majority of the kids or protesters in town, you know, they are high school kids, so they're not those claims are not unfounded. What I'd like to know is what are the teachers doing? Like, are they like, no homework on these days because you're doing something, you're fighting, you know? Or are they, you know, here, take this sign with markers just in case you have a, I don't know, message to deliver? Or, you know, here's a lunch pail full of Capri Suns and peanut butter and jellies. I have a question. Opportunity or diversity? Why are Republicans against DEI? Why would they be? DEI stands for diversity, inclusion, and equity. All of those things are good, right? But why would a major political party be against them? America is on pace for the majority to not be white as early as 2045. The U.S., unlike India, China, or Iran, or pretty much any country that's not predominantly white, accepts immigrants from many different non-white countries. We are told our culture is evil and that many problems that the U.S. faces today are our fault. The far left and the last administration has co-opted the DEI movement and taken it too far. Instead of placing people based on merit for their jobs and positions, They use race and identity as a key factor in the hiring process. This has the opposite effect of what they propose by giving equality to outcome rather than giving equality in opportunity. Some people on the left would argue that this is good, and it's based on all the past discrimination, that our ancestors did, and slavery and such. And, they're making up for that. Unfortunately, by putting people of merit behind those who are particularly a race or a sexual identity ends up causing the exact thing they are trying to correct. This is why Republicans prioritize opportunity, not diversity. DEI seems to be an important aspect of American society, and rightfully so. Different cultures enrich our communities and make our country better, don't they? After Biden's administration pushed hard on using DEI as a major aspect of his campaign, now society as a whole is rejecting this and are voting in the opposite direction. Will we stay moderate as a society that welcomes other countries into our own? Or will we begin to abandon so many policies that push us into a truly diverse society? Imagine a world where the majority of the country is either Russian or Chinese. Would they serve the interests of the U.S. or would they serve the interests of their home countries? I don't know. Perhaps these questions you should ask yourself before you cast your vote. What is more important, opportunity or diversity? Republicans are not looking to make policies that put whites or straight people in key positions. But can the same be said for the Democrats? They want to create policies that ensures positions of power are anything but white. Unless you're trans or gay, then you're in the club too. I hope we can all come together in these tough times under God. Wait, under God. Is diversity of religion important too to them? Maybe we'll cover that tomorrow. This is the Paint the Town Red podcast. Cheers.